Hey everybody, we got about 3 minutes before I get started. I'm just jumping on early so I can make sure the sound and everything is good. Let's see. Hello, hello, testing, testing. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, testing, testing. Okay, cool. All right, y'all. We have about 2 minutes before we get started. Every Friday I do a call called Family Finders Fridays, and during this session, I might just answer questions that you all may have about how to contact your lost loved ones. But we're doing something a little different tonight. About 2 weeks ago, we had a guest on, and I'm gonna wait to the top of the hour before I share much more about that. I just want to kind of jump on early to make sure that my connections were fine, and I am going to share this out a little bit. So just bear with me. Uh, let's see. Hey, Kat. Okay, if you're tuning in on YouTube, I'm on YouTube. I'm on 2 pages on Facebook as well. Once the call is over, I'll download it and I'll put it on Instagram as well as on my website. But we're going to get started in 1 minute. I just jumped on a little early so I can make sure we didn't have any tech issues here. But let's see here. I just need to add you to here. Hey, David.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you good. I just had you down at the bottom.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure.
I can hear you good. Is his camera going to be on?
Yes, his camera's gonna be on. It's just because it's
Okay.
me sitting here.
Okay.
He's coming. He had to go outside, and I'm like, "Come on, please." So he's coming back right now. The girls was about to come this weekend, so he had to arrange some stuff.
They're coming this weekend?
Yeah, the girls. No, like his daughters, they come
Oh,
every. Yeah, so he had to
okay.
just, he told his mom, their mom, that he had a call at 8 o'clock. So that was the situation.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right. Well, you on live, so
Okay. All right. So
okay, so let me switch you over, right? Hold on, let me put myself back here. Okay, all right, everybody. It's at the top of the hour. We're gonna go ahead and get started. My name is Tawana Houston. I am the founder of Connect LLC. My company specializes in helping people locate their biological parents. Most of my clients are either adopted or trying to confirm paternity. Today we're going to do something a little special. Normally I just answer questions that you all have submitted in, but today what I'm going to do is have a special guest on the line. This is someone that was actually in the comment section about 2 weeks ago when we were live. By the way, I do this call every single Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. While they were in the chat, they had a few questions. Well, Ginger had a few questions about how to help her boyfriend locate his biological family. He was adopted. And to make a long story short, we did make quite a few connections within this 2 week time frame, actually within a couple days. So he's joining me tonight, and we're going to just ask him a few questions, allow him to share his experience. I see something. Okay, that was David in the chat there. And then if anybody has any questions after that, I'll go ahead and answer those questions. And then we'll go ahead and close out and end it. I am on YouTube. I'm on my business page on Facebook as well as my personal page. So if you're able to hear me on all platforms, fine. Just let me know in the chat. Regardless of where you are, if you type in the comments, I'll see the comments right here on StreamYard. If you have any questions, then you can type them there in the chat, or you can jump on StreamYard and you can get on the platform with me and get your questions answered. Again, I see a couple more people have tuned in. If this is your first time being a part of this show, the name of this show is Family Finders Friday. And during this segment, I answer questions for those who may have been on the search for their biological family, their mother, their father, their siblings. A lot of my clients are adopted. Some of them just want to confirm paternity. Some of them might have never known who their paternal or maternal parents were. So it's just an opportunity for my clients to get closure, get a lot of questions answered live. And here we are. So I'm going to see if you have any questions, put them in the chat. In the comment section here, again, for those who's watching, if you have any issues hearing me, like someone was earlier, just let me know in the chat and I'll pause and make sure everything is all good. So I do have David up. I'm not sure if he's able to tune in yet, but I'm going to see. David, are you able to come on yet? Are you there? Not yet. Okay, so we're going to give David a few more moments to tune in. We're just going to ask him a few questions about his experience. I don't want to steal his thunder, but I do want to let you all know that we have located quite a few of his family members. He has been in touch with them, so he will be sharing his experience tonight. I did get a few questions on my website from 2 weeks ago, but I'm going to save them for next week so that we have time to talk to David today. For those of you that missed the live last week, Friday, I did postpone that one to this week so that we'll have the opportunity to talk to David. So hopefully he'll be able to jump on and tune in soon. But if you have any questions, just put them in the chat and we'll get this party started shortly. Let me see who is on here now. Hey there, YouTube. We are just getting started, you all. We are waiting on our special guest to jump on. For those of you that were on episode 2, you heard a guest that was in the comment section asking plenty of questions. And so I did contact that guest after the show and was able to help them on their search. So please hang in there. He'll be on here in a second and we'll get started. If you have questions that you would like to get answered while we wait on David, just put it in the chat. Questions regarding someone you may have been looking for. Any tips that you may need. Whatever the case may be, you can go ahead and put your questions in the chat. I've been doing this for well over 14 years now. I see we have new people on YouTube. Welcome, welcome. Okay. They said give him about 2 minutes and he'll be on. We're doing something a little different today, you all. The past 3 episodes, we have pretty much just did a Q&A session, and I did have a guest on it a couple times, but this is the first new client that has come from the show that was in the comment section that will be tuning in. So just give him a couple minutes.
Hey, Tawana, we're here now. He's ready, okay?
Okay, cool. I'm sorry.
Hello, good night, Miss Tawana. I'm sorry for the lateness.
No problem. You're fine. Hold on one second. Okay. All righty. So, hey, everybody. Okay, so are you able to turn your camera on, David?
Yeah. Hello, good
Okay.
night.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm good, and yourself?
I am great. Good to see you.
Same here, likewise.
All right, so let's get this party started. Everybody, again, I'm Tawana Houston. I'm the owner and founder of Connect LLC. My company specializes in helping people locate their biological parents. Whether you're adopted or just curious or want to confirm paternity, it doesn't matter. I've been doing this over 13 years. I'm a professional skip tracer for over 20 years. I love what I do. As long as you are willing to either do a DNA test or have some basic information, I can make it happen for you. I'm excited because on the last episode, we had a young lady in the comments, and she had a lot of questions about helping her boyfriend, which is here now. He was actually adopted, and so he's been on a hunt for his biological family. So what I want to do first, before I go through all these questions, Dave, you could just introduce yourself and just kind of share just a little bit about, not so much about your past, but just about being adopted and why you've been looking for, why you've been searching for your parents.
Good night, everyone. My name is David Talato. So basically, I was adopted. My mother first had me at about a week old. She adopted me after 3 years, and I remember her telling me as young as 4 years old, basically just being upfront and open with me about everything. Um, it wasn't until I was a little bit older, about in my 20s, when I actually started to ask more questions, and I actually started searching on my own. But to know, I found nothing. Little things here and there. I found a name, but a lot of dead ends. A lot of dead ends.
Okay, so just for those that may be residing in New York, I do want to share a tip that will help those that are there. There are certain states where records are open, and so you can contact the county to acquire your original birth certificate, your adopted birth certificate. That doesn't give you all your answers. It'll just give you a name, and then of course you still got to do the work to locate that person.
Mm-hmm.
But that is a great start if you are in one of those states that's an open state. So for those of you that are from New York, then that's definitely an option. That's what really helped him as well. So normally I have to do DNA testing first, but luckily he's in an open state, so he's able to acquire his records. So he had a name and so on. Okay, so let's just jump to it. I have a lot of questions here. So get to it. Okay, so what motivated you to start? Because you say you were adopted at 1 week old. So I just want to clarify for the people watching that you were in foster care. You weren't put up for adoption at 3-4 years old. You were actually in foster care all of that time, and your foster mom adopted you.
Correct.
Okay. So what motivated you to search for your family?
Honestly, I just, probably the most common thing, I had questions. I had curiosities. I wanted to know who I look like in this world. Don't get me wrong. I was born and raised. My mother's my mother. My siblings are my siblings, but I still want to know who I look like. I want to see who I resemble. I want to see where I come from. I want to see whether I look like my mother or my father. So those curiosities is what led me to actually start looking. I also have a daughter. I have an 8-year-old, and her skin complexion is of mine but lighter. So even having my daughter, it makes me want to see, well, where does her complexion come from? Where does mine come from? Things like that just made me always wonder, always think, like, where do I really come from? Who do I look like? So that's what actually made me start looking.
Okay, well, I was going to ask you this question here. You kind of answered it earlier, but talk little bit about your girlfriend because she's a blessing.
Yes, she
It's not
is.
the first time. Like she was on the call 2 weeks ago, but that's not the first time. She has hit my social media quite a few times about helping you. So what has it been like having a supportive person like that by your side? Because a lot of times when it's your reality, you forget about it. You just push it under the rug like it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
That's very much so true. Honestly, I've searched in my 34 years. I've searched twice. I said to Ginger, it felt like within a night and a day, you and Miss Tawana found everything that I was looking for in my 34 years, 20 plus years that I've been looking for them. So it's like, it's really crazy. I'm thankful for Ginger. My family's thankful for Ginger. And it makes me also wonder, like, if me and Ginger were never together, have I ever found them at 34 years of age without the help of you and Ginger? And it has had me thinking a lot. But I'm so grateful. Like I cannot explain to you how much I'm so grateful for everything. For Ginger, for you is like it goes beyond words. Honestly,
Man, it gotta be a beautiful thing. Like as soon as she hit me up, I'm like, girl, you are just so sweet. That is such a blessing because it's several situations like yours where the significant other is like not motivating them to do it or they're tired of them searching and so on. And for you not to be asking her and her to just take it upon herself to do that, I think it's just a beautiful thing.
it is. It is, and I will
And you
forever.
look just like both of your parents, and we're gonna get into that in a little bit. But now that I
Okay.
can actually see you right here on Zoom versus a picture, you look just like both of them, in my opinion.
Wow.
Okay.
Wait, both of them.
Yeah, she didn't tell you about that though. Oh Lord, I get to that. Okay, so guys.
I didn't see him. That was the guy.
I believe so. That's what I
Oh yes. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, so the second picture is him. And so I had your cousin confirm with your uncle that's in Florida that it's him. Because
The
they met him
guy,
before.
the one I gave you.
Yes, it was the one that I said you found on Facebook.
Wow, that's crazy. So, Miss Tawana, Woo. Okay. As far as that picture, with that's Smitty.
Yes, the second one. There was two of them. The original one.
He's gonna show me right now.
Okay.
This is a surprise for me today.
No, it is.
She didn't show me the
I
picture.
did.
So that picture, wow. This was around no, this was about 3, 4, maybe 5 years ago. I started looking for Smitty, who I only knew as what did I tell you? I knew his last name, but the only name my mom was ever told me it was Smith she had or Smith.
Mm-hmm.
What the
And
fuck
you
was the name?
found this man.
I really looked for that picture. I looked on Facebook. I searched for so long and I went through so many names. And when I seen that picture, it's like the stance, the hand, the nose, it's like
Here's the nose
I
and
didn't want
cheek.
to get excited. I didn't want to get excited and it be the wrong person. But boy, do I still have that picture saved in my phone. And this is 3 phones later. I still
Wow.
have that picture saved in my phone, and
You confirmed it.
this is now a confirmation that that's him. Wow.
So what
Wow.
we're gonna do is just to kind of what the plan is. He has a brother on social media and a sister. Believe it's his sister-in-law. So I've reached out to both of them, just waiting for them to hit me back. And I've messaged them on social media. So what I'll do is, well, you got the social media page. I sent that to Ginger already. So we just need to be aggressive with that and just contact him and try to get a phone number for him. But let's talk about your mom because she should have the number. I heard that they're still in communication, so
So
she should have his contact number. So what was it like contacting or speaking with your bio family?
So far, I've spoken to a lot of family via text. I've met a lot of new people. I've gotten a lot of pictures. I've found out that I have nieces, a lot of nieces, nephew, older cousins, first cousins, a younger sister. Growing up, I was always the baby in my home. So finding out at 34 years old that I'm not the baby, it's a little different, but it's a good feeling though. I'm a big brother. Um,
Yep.
um, Speaking to the family, so I believe the day after everything initially happened, when you connected me with Jasenia and Angelica, the little sister,
Mm-hmm.
it just so happened, what a coincidence, that the younger sister was actually meeting the mom that day.
Yep. I
So
talked to her that day.
I explained to her, I said, I first asked her, how do you think she would react to it? You know, and she, unlike myself, was clueless. She wasn't actually sure, but she did mention that Veneranda was very endearing and a sweet person, and that she might be open to it. So a couple days go by, and I actually followed up in group chat with the family. That's Angelica, the younger sister, Jasenia, the older sister. There's an Uncle Juan that joined the chat, and
Mm-hmm. He's in
plus
Florida.
the cousin Glenda, the older cousin Glenda, and she did relay the news to Veneranda. Angelica explained to me that she was a bit taken back by it. It was caught her
Mm-hmm.
by surprise. Um, but she did say that she was excited about it. She was happy. She saw a picture of me. She mentioned that I was very handsome. It seemed like I could defend them. And, um, and I actually got a picture in return of her. And that was, aside from the school picture that you sent me, it was the first actual picture. I think you would want to send it. The 2015 picture. That was the
Mm-mm. The picture I
actual.
sent was yeah, the high school picture, yeah.
Okay, so the family actually got a hold of a picture from 2015. I'll actually send it to you after the chat. It was
Okay.
the first. 2015 is a while back, but it's still an updated photo as far as photos, and it's the first look at that I've ever had in all my life to see what she actually looked like. Um,
Uh-huh.
I seen some uncles that you can see some similarities, specifically the Uncle Juan that they introduced me to. I feel
A
like,
lot like him.
yeah, I feel like I can see some personality, some similarities. An update on Veneranda. So since the younger sister seen her, she broke the news to her. She was open to it. She received it well. Since I last followed up with her, Veneranda has actually lost her phone. There was a situation with her phone. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
she lost it or it was, I don't know the story with the phone, but she hasn't had communication with her since. So I'm just waiting on my end to see when she'll get in communication with her to see where we go from here. As far as the siblings, we have agreed to meeting up so we can meet Veneranda as a group. And the younger sister actually lives, what, I would say 30 minutes from me walking. That's walking, I would say 10 minutes by cab. Like literally, she's very close. It's like my daughters go to school 10 minutes away from where she lives.
That's
Literally 10 minutes.
crazy.
That's actually the kids right there, Miss Tawana. Can I just grab the kids very quick?
Uh-huh. Yeah, you good. Okay.
I don't know where it's.
That definitely sounds like New York. Hey everybody, for those of you that are still watching, he stepped up for a moment to get his phone. But he's been sharing with us what the experience has been like meeting his biological family for the first time. He's 34 years old. adopted. He's always known he's been adopted. He's been in foster care since the age of 3, and his foster care mother adopted him. So he was actually on the call 2 weeks ago. His girlfriend was, and had a lot of questions about how to help him. And here we are today. So I was able to find his biological mother. He learned that he has 2 biological sisters, and maybe more once we contact his father. I do know who his father is, located the right person, just waiting to make contact with them so that I can contact him with David. But it has been great so far. Soon he will be meeting his mother face to face. He has been in a group chat and talking to several of his family members. So the energy has been great, which is very important to me. And so it's been super cool. So we've just been asking him questions. He stepped away for a moment. He'll be back in a second. But for those of you that are watching, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook, if you got any questions, just let me know. Just slap it in the chat. Y'all are super quiet today. I can't wait to download this one and put it on my website. It will also, the recording will be here on Facebook as well as on Instagram. Remember that you can always submit questions as well on the website. If you would prefer to keep the questions anonymous, you can always go to connectllc.com/Friday and get your questions answered there. And as soon as he gets back, we'll go ahead and finish this interview. I will share with you all what the next steps are. He will be meeting his mother in person soon, but my focus now is locating his biological father, getting him on the phone, making sure he's open to communicating with David and going from there. I did hear that his biological mother has always remained in contact with his father. So I'll see. Hopefully I'll have the opportunity to speak to her, or maybe he'll be able to ask her for the phone number. But I just think it's a beautiful thing. He looks exactly like his parents. When I saw his mother's yearbook picture, I was like, oh yes, this is her. And he looks like his father as well. His uncle, he's a splitting image of his uncle. I mean, it's just a beautiful thing, you all. So we did something a little different today. Normally I have my past clients on the line, but again, if you're in the comment section and you need help locating someone, you just got some questions, maybe you've been searching and couldn't figure this thing out, just pop your questions in here and I will go ahead and try to help you guys out the best I can. All righty. Okay, so it is now, we have about 5 more minutes before we end tonight. So I'm gonna give him a few more minutes to tune back in.
Hey, thank you so much for bearing with me. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. Okay, so I think I do want to have you back once we connect with your dad.
Oh, that would be great. I'm open to that.
So I'm thinking if you can, I think what you really have to do is ask your sisters to ask for the phone number, because this is another cool thing. I'm not sure if they told you this, but your sisters didn't know about you at all.
Yeah.
You know that?
Yep.
Yeah, they didn't know. So this was a shocker for them. It was a shocker for me because I would assume they would have known. Hey, KJ. But yeah, so y'all all going through these emotions together. That's a lot. But the beautiful thing is y'all can get through this together.
Yeah.
And now they have a brother. Are there any other boys?
I'm the only boy sibling. Yeah, only boy sibling.
Now, have they mentioned whether or not your father has any children?
I'm not sure. I believe he has on his side, apart from Veneranda. But I haven't heard any names or pictures or anything of the sort like that. No.
Okay. We're gonna figure it out. I'm gonna go back and revisit that, and you can find a lot on a person's social media page. So if he posted them kids, they'll be there. But I'm curious to know.
I'm curious, Mr. Warner. The page that picture originated from, was that the page you found him on?
Is that where I found it? Now, he was actually the first one that I found, but your cousin gave me an age range, and he was younger than that, so I automatically eliminated him as a prospect.
Okay.
So when I found the second one and sent her the picture, it was an older guy in the age range that she mentioned, same name, same city, everything, and it wasn't him. I said, okay, let me go back to. I said, are you sure about this age range? I said, let me go back to this one, and I sent her the picture, but it was from Facebook. I think it was his profile picture on Facebook, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Crazy.
So, what do you have any other questions about how to deal with all of this? Like, what would you like to happen next?
It's honestly, it's been very surreal. Like I said, I grew up all my life having an older brother and an older sister, me being a baby. So at 34, to find out that I have more siblings, I always thought I had one. From very young, my mom told me that I had an older sister. That was all I had, just an older sister. That's all I really had to go by. But to find out that I have not only one but two and a bunch of nieces is very. I can't really put my finger on it, but it's exciting. It's giving me a lot to think about, and is making me be more willing to be open, because I'm pretty sure Ginger told you I was like already skeptical because I had to be on camera tonight, and I'm very I'm open, but I'm very sheltered out too. Like, I'm the guy in the corner, quiet, whatever, until I really open up. So
I'm the same way.
yeah, really being open to this was it's just being open to all of this is new for me, but at the same time I'm trying to embrace it, being what's coming with it.
Mm-hmm. Because eventually y'all gonna meet in person.
Yeah.
And that's when it's really gonna come out. Or at least on Zoom. I think you need to do it in phases, maybe. Because you don't want to wait too long to meet in person.
Right. I was saying that too. I feel like right now being active every day, especially in the group chat, just being active, good morning, good night, small talk, instead of letting excuse me, opposed to the conversation dying out and then it just goes back to what it was. It would be crazy to find all of this out and then just leave it as is. I definitely want to move forward with it, and as I told you, the younger sister actually lives not too far away, so I'm actually excited to meet her. She actually agreed to do a meeting, so it's just for us to settle on a date and time. And as far as the meeting with Veneranda, again, it's just for me and the sisters to settle on a date and time.
Yeah, let's do this. I would say, just my advice to you. You've been waiting a long time for the opportunity to meet your mom, and she's older, and she, of course, has some health concerns too. So I wouldn't take too long to meet her. So she's literally no more than 40 minutes from you. So just make sure that your siblings know that this is something that you want soon. So she's definitely open to meeting you. Y'all just need to come together and figure out when y'all going to make that happen. Because what I don't want to happen is something happen to her and then you don't get to meet her.
Right. Especially with it being this close,
Yes, you are right here at the line. I need you in her presence, a picture, a hug. Like, I need you to officially meet her.
Yeah.
So don't drag it out and take too long. Okay.
Agreed.
Or just stay in communications with them. If meeting in person seems like it's gonna take too long, y'all get on Zoom just to see each other face, do FaceTime, do something, but just move closer towards more of a personal connection as soon as you can.
Okay.
And then we work on your pops.
I'm down for that too.
And he looks so young and vibrant too. I don't know how old that picture is, but next time you hear from me, it'll be more about your dad. But I'm gonna talk to him first, make sure that he's cool and everything.
Okay.
Before I open up that door with you,
No
but
problem.
yeah, you look just like your uncle for sure. You look like your dad.
Me
The
what
cheeks, yeah, look just like him. So this is so nice. Well, that's all I had, y'all.
Well, I can definitely add. I just want to say another big part of this was actually telling my family. So,
Oh, your mom.
my close family, my mother, my brother, my sister. So initially, I told my mom first, but excuse me, I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. You got me over here coughing too. Like,
I told my mom. I told her first, and she was the only one from my household that I told before speaking to my brother and sister. But actually having to tell her was a big thing for me. I mean, maybe it was in my head, but I felt so nervous to tell my mom because I knew that she was always open with me, and I knew she would be excited. But after we were off the phone, and when she's to herself, is like, how would she really take it? And my biggest fear was her feeling any type of way about anything. Like, there's no replacing my mom. Regardless of what. I'm very excited to meet Veneranda, but Gladys is my mother. And I really needed her to know that before I told her. I just didn't know how. And again, Ginger, I said, babe, how do I express, like, tell moms that she's it and is always gonna be it? And she put it the best way, and she basically said that none, she can never replace what my mother's done for me from day one. It can never be overlooked or replaced or unnoticed. My mom can never be replaced. That's my mother from a week old, Mr. Warner. It was very difficult for me to tell her with just not knowing how she would really take it. But of course, as I expected, she was very excited about it. She encouraged me to meet. She actually, my mom just left New York August, and she went to visit her sisters. After I broke the news to her, she actually wanted to fly back to New York,
I know she did.
make a visit with me. I'm like, Ma, I'm gonna make the visits. When you come back to New York, we can do it together. But yeah, that's how enthusiastic she was about it. So she was very excited about it. She broke the news to my brother and sister, and of course, same thing. I expressed to my brothers and sisters that they will always be my siblings, and I don't see it any other way. You know, I, I'm very open to the idea of having new siblings, but my brother and sister will always be my brother and sister no matter what. I needed them to know that. And likewise, they were very open and welcoming about it. My brother made a comment about having new family now, so that says it all. And my sister was very excited for me. She encouraged me to do a meetup as soon as possible. So yeah, I felt good about the reaction to it as far as from my household, my family.
I need you to go to your county too and order your birth certificate, your original.
Yes, and this is the one you mentioned to say that not the regular, but an adopted birth certificate. That way I
Yes,
can have the original name on it.
that's right.
Correct. Copy.
You can either go to the county or you can do it. You know what? I think Ginger ordered it, if I'm not mistaken. Ginger might have ordered it. I'm not for certain. But
It was an issue with
No, that was the ancestry, I think.
Couldn't be me. Yeah, the with the certificate, it actually has to be me to do it. Just
Okay.
like a safety precaution, I have to use my something with my name on it to pay for the
Okay.
certificate, being that's my name. I'm guessing like a safety procedure,
Uh-huh.
or fraud or something. I'm not really
They're
sure.
gonna ask you to upload your ID and stuff like that when you do it. But or you can just go right there to probate, not probate, to vital records
Yes, that's what I see. Yep.
But that's the site, or that's a
in
site,
New
or
York. No, you
actually.
can go to your county. You can go right there to your county in New York
Okay, all right,
and
downtown.
get your original birth certificate.
Okay,
Just make sure you say, or let them know that you were adopted. If you just ask for a copy of your birth certificate, they're going to give you your current birth certificate.
okay,
So just make sure you're clear that you want your original adopted birth certificate.
okay.
Yep. Okay. Well, y'all make sure y'all connect, man. And I think your siblings, the ones you were raised with, obviously need to meet them too. I think your mother will probably love to meet your sisters.
Definitely, she
Yeah.
definitely.
So this is all so exciting. So I'm gonna make sure I connect with your dad so we can get you back on here. I need pictures when y'all meet. I need all of that.
Is he in New York too?
Yes, he's in New York or Florida. He has two addresses. He can go back and forth from Florida and New York. So I'm not sure which one he actually reside in.
Okay.
But he did live in Connecticut at one point too.
Uh,
But what's your cousin's name again?
Glenda.
Is it Glenda?
The
No.
Yeah, Glenda.
Okay. She your cousin, your Uncle Juan,
Yeah,
he knows him.
really.
Yeah. So he's the one that looked at the picture to confirm it's him.
Oh wow. So that's crazy that he never mentioned that. Like, and Uncle Juan specifically, like he writes a lot. He's very consistent in the family group chat.
Oh,
Um,
that's so
he
good.
seems to be a very interesting person. He does a lot in Dominican Republic, a lot for the youth out there. He seems to be very like highly educated. He's told me a lot about himself and the history of the family, but he's never really. I don't recall him mentioning my father, but now that you've said that, I definitely will ask him some questions.
Yeah, and I would say ask Glenda too, because she said your uncle. So I'm assuming it's Juan, because she hasn't mentioned any other uncle to me. So just make sure that she's referring to Juan. But she did send the picture to your uncle.
Okay.
So I'm assuming it's Juan. But
Uh,
and he
she
was like, yes, that's him.
her father. She did send me a picture of her father, which would be my uncle. I can't.
Okay.
I'm forgetting his name at the moment, but she did send me a picture of her father, saying that it was my uncle and that he would like to get to know me if she could give him my number, which I agreed to.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, cool. Because you need to meet as many people as you can. Y'all
Yeah.
need to plan a family reunion. And then all of y'all right there. Like y'all probably been in the same grocery store together.
Yeah, I definitely said that about the younger sister being right there, and it's what actually made me figure she was in Brooklyn is we were talking in the family chat, and they just recently had a parade in Brooklyn, New York for Labor Day weekend. There's a
Okay.
parade that goes on here every year on the 1st or 2nd of September, and pre-parade the night before there's an event. It's like a pre-parade event. It's called Juve, and the people are out in the streets, festivals, music, food. So when I spoke to the younger sister, she happened to be late to the family text and mentioned that she was at Juve, and I said, "Well, wait, I didn't know they do that in Queens." I said, "Do you live in Brooklyn?" And when she mentioned Brooklyn, I'm like, "She's right there." And I happened not to go to the parade this year, but had I gone to the parade, her house is literally on a route to where I would walk by. to
Wow.
join the parade. It's literally you have to pass where she lives. So small world, literally.
Yeah. And for the house you grew up in, is it the same area that you're living in now, or you just happened to move here?
No, it's been the same area that I've always been
Wow.
in.
Which makes sense because the foster care home is going to be close by. And the fact that she adopted you. So, yeah. Wow. All that time, you right there. Within minutes away.
How long she's been there, which made me think how many times we could have
75. She's been there since 1975.
Veneranda.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Forever.
Yep, the same place. So that's why when I had the phone number and I saw the address, I'm like, what's the likelihood of her still being here? I was like, shoot, this thing says since 75 to present.
Wow.
And I sent the address to Glenda and she said, yes, she still lives there. Yep. So she's been there the entire time. And she lives with, is it your younger sister's father? She lives with somebody else.
This was
One of the fathers of your sisters. I can't remember which one it is. I think it's the youngest.
Angelica. Was this the guy she married? No.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay.
So I know she lives with him.
I'm definitely gonna ask tonight.
Yep.
I'm thinking of new questions to ask. This is all good. This is great. This is definitely great.
Well, I'm gonna send you this recording too, so you'll have it.
Please, I would like that. I'm kind of nervous to see, but I would like that.
Oh, it's all good. I appreciate you for being on here. And Ginger, thank
I
you for being
appreciate you for having me. Thank you.
Yes.
Y'all invite me to the wedding.
Ooh, most definitely.
Of course.
It's gonna happen.
Yes,
You won't be on camera. She can't come on camera.
I know she told me. All right. Well, much love to you both.
Same to you. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.
All right.
Bye-bye. Okay, everybody, that is a wrap. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be back Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live on Facebook, YouTube, as well as my business page, Connect. And I do download the recordings and I upload them to TikTok as well as on Instagram. And you can visit my website at right there at the top of the screen, as well as the bottom here, connectllc.com. /Fridays if you would like to submit questions in advance, and then I'll answer your questions live on the next show. And you can also watch the previous episodes on the website as well. This is episode 3. Thank you so much for always tuning in, KJ. Much love to you and good night as well. Good night, everybody else. Bye-bye.